3-year-old Rory Chamberlain of Gansevoort's whole life has been about turning raindrops into gumdrops. The raindrops easily could have been teardrops for Rory. Her life story is nothing short of amazing. Rory has overcome the odds at birth and was challenged to even take a breath. Tracy Rice of St. Margaret's Center, a pediatric and young adult nursing facility that's part of the Center for Disability Services, says it's a place Rory has called home since being released from the hospital. Tracy's a social worker at St. Margaret's.
She was born at 22 weeks, had severe respiratory distress, and came to us on a ventilator. She originally came to our ventilator unit. The ventilator is a machine that takes over breathing for her. It hooks up to her trach, to the plastic hole in her throat, and actually pushes air into her lungs, and also gives the support to the lungs to open them up and hold them open, where she was so tiny she couldn't do that on her own. And then it starts breathing for her. Our ventilator unit has a very, very high success rate with turning that vent down just a little bit, and they start breathing on their own. We transitioned her to Clover Patch at 2.5 because she was that ready to be out there in the world and needed that level of care, that level of stimulation.
At the Clover Patch Preschool at the Center for Disability Services, the staff, like Jennifer Corazzini, has seen her blossom.
She has this beautiful smile and this little a ball of personality, which shows with everything that she does. She's a little feisty, she's a little self-directed, but that, I think, is what has helped her get to be who she is today, and that's only helped her fight the fight.
And what a fight she's had. She started life small enough to fit in the palm of your hand. Then, against all the odds, she was weaned off the ventilator. In fact, she did so well, she was able to attend the center's preschool program. But again, her journey took a frightening turn.
Because last January, Rory suffered a pretty serious setback with the flu and became very ill, ended up back in the PICU and was put back on the vent. And she came back to us on the vent unit again in January 2013, weaned again in March 2013, and is back with us on the regular pediatric unit. She is a pretty amazing little girl. She has a lot going against her at times, and yet she has pushed through all of it. I'd like to credit a lot of the staff and the nurses and the respiratory therapists. Those blue eyes, who can't fall in love with those? And everybody just fought for her and advocated for her. Her grandparents are her best advocates.
Her grandparents, Hal and Rachel, have dreams for the little girl they love so much.
It's amazing when you think of the way she was born, how small she was, and that she has come to this point already, and we hope to get her further along.
But the journey is still full of the unknown for Rory. A complicated 5-hour surgery to close her trach is planned for March. But if it's successful, Rory will be able to speak, and most importantly, she'll be well enough to leave St. Margaret's and live at home with her grandparents.
And I'm a little afraid that Rory's got a major operation she has to have before she can come home. I'm kind of afraid of that because she's gonna have to be strong to get through it, and I know she's a strong little girl, so I'm praying she gets through it.